Let's move on to some other stories now, and it has to do with child trafficking. Our stakeholders are calling for stricter penalties against persons who traffic children to work in fishing communities along the Volta Lake. They argue that harsher punishments would serve as a stronger deterrent to the crime and are urging continued support for state institutions working to rescue children subjected to hazardous labor conditions. ChannelOne TV's Michael Saponfum reports.
An estimated 20,000 children are believed to be working under dangerous conditions along Ghana's Volta Lake. Many have lost their lives while others live with permanent disabilities. Over the years, several organizations have intensified efforts to combat child trafficking in fishing communities along the lake. Among them is the Partners in Community Development Program, PACODEF, a Ketekrachi-based NGO in the Oti region, which has been at the forefront of rescuing and rehabilitating trafficked children. PACODEF works closely with law enforcement and other partners to end child trafficking and give every child along the Volta Lake a chance at a better life. Through the organization's Village of Life initiative, rescued children, especially those unable to return to their families, are provided with shelter, education, and care. Some of the rescued children recount their harrowing experiences and how their lives have been transformed since their rescue.
Well, I was working at a village that was for Manaimpo, and when I came here, my life had really transformed through the education system. I was able to make it from up to Form 3, and I was able to further up to the senior high school, and now I've graduated from a senior high school. We're just preparing to go to the university.
I come from Palama, and we have been doing fish there. When they bring the fish from the sea, we help them to sew it and put it on fire. Since I came to Village of Life, my life was be transformed, and we have been learning many things here. I was at Bakpa. The work I was doing is that if they bring the fish from the sea, we smoke it, we put it on fire. When I came to Village of Life, my life changed, and we are learning a lot.
Brother Chibra, Executive Director of PACODEF, highlights the organization's efforts since its establishment in 2003.
We've been working together, Yoko and what have you, and so we are part of the system. We've managed to reintegrate quite a number of children. In this 2025, as we operate, we've reintegrated about 10 children back into their homes.
He further called for stiffer sanctions against individuals involved in the trafficking and exploitation of children in the fishing industry.
Yes, stiffer punishment. You know, our laws are very flexible. Sometimes when you, after rescue, you get to know that there are some parents who ignorantly get involved. And so a mother releasing the child for a perpetrator to use. At the end of the day, you realize that once they are diving into the investigation, this mother or father may be have a certain fractions of how the child got out of their hands into the perpetrator. And so sometimes they try to look how best they will speak to it in that way. But of course, the perpetrators are given the necessary punishment because the LI have been promulgated. And for that matter, everybody who's go through it, the least you can get is about 5 years, and you have to go beyond 25 and thereabout.
The Executive Director of PACODEF, Georgia Chibra, is calling for a stiffer punishment for perpetrators who always traffic children to work in fishing communities along the Volta Lake. For ChannelOne News, I am Michael Saponfum.